This is going to make a nice jacket, I think. Yeah, I don't know why I picked that one first. I have had my eyes on these cow print jackets now for the last couple of months, and I really like the way they look. I think it's a perfect print for spring, and spring is in 2 weeks. So I will enter into spring with my cow print jacket. Sometimes I will shy away from making trendy statement pieces like this because I feel like they look better online sometimes than in real life. But cow print is basically a neutral. It's black and white or brown and cream. So I feel like it's gonna go with a lot. I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of it. I think it's worth making. So let's get to it. I started by tracing my basic jacket front and back pattern onto my paper. Then I drew where I wanted my seam lines to go. I really like the denim jacket style for this jacket, so that's what I'm going for. I also drew where I wanted my pockets to go. I cut these out and then I cut them apart on all my seam lines. Then I traced them onto my paper and added seam allowance to each piece. I've been putting this project off because I could not decide what fabric to get for it. I finally decided to go with this cow print upholstery fabric. Sometimes it's so hard for me to imagine a fabric the way it will look finished once I make it into a garment. So I went to nice sew this one half so I could see if I was still into this print here. And I'm feeling like this looks very cartoony, not cartoony. It looks very costumey. These blotches are not looking like spots on a cow to me. They're looking more like countries on a map. And that's not the look I'm going for. So I'm going to go to the store and see the other options. I also realized that I made a mistake when I made my pattern and I made this pocket too big because there's no space for my button placket. So I need to go and fix that in my pattern, and I'm going to use a different fabric. So this is the fabric I decided to go with for my jacket. I think what was throwing me off with the other fabric was how clean the edges were on these spots on that one. The spots on this are more abstract. They look more like what the cow print jackets I've been looking at and wanting to recreate for myself. And I think this is going to be way better as the jacket. Here are my pattern pieces for the front and back of the jacket after I downsized that pocket and added seam allowance. I also made a pattern piece for the facing of that pocket, the pocket flap, as well as for the pocket welt for the side pocket and the pocket bag. The back of the fabric is kind of rough. I feel like it's going to be itchy on my skin if I leave it like this. So I did cut out all of the pieces from this fabric here as well. And I'm going to start off by sewing all of the pieces to the corresponding back piece of fabric. Yesterday I did start working on one side of the front, and here's how it's looking. It's not finished. I don't have the welt pocket in there. This is going to make a nice jacket, I think. Yeah, I don't know why I picked that one first because this one was right next to it, but I'm much happier with this fabric here. So let's go and sew the other front together, and then we will finish this one as well. The welt pocket. I'm going to sew these two together first. Then I'm going to sew this piece to those. Now I need to finish these raw edges. So I went and I cut 2-inch width strips of fabric on the bias, and I'm going to go and press this into bias tape. I stitched the bias tape to my raw edges. Then I folded the bias tape over the raw edge and pinned it down like this, and carefully and slowly sewed 2 rows of top stitching on the right side of my fabric. Now I'm gonna go and sew that pocket that goes here. I'm going to take my 2 pocket pieces, the outer and the inner, and I'm going to sew them together right sides facing, down this side, across the bottom, and up this side. I already went and snipped into the seam allowance along the bottom, and I cut the excess fabric from the corners, and I'm going to turn this right side out and I'm going to press it. But before I press this, I'm going to take my 2 pocket flap pieces and I'm going to sew them together right sides facing. And I did go and I pressed interface into one side of the flap, so I'm going to put them together and I'm going to stitch them together along this side, the bottom, and this side here. Again, I went and cut the excess fabric from the corners. I went and clipped into the bottom, and I'm going to turn this right side out and I'm going to press this also. For this piece, I don't want to press directly onto this fabric, so I'm going to use a fabric on top to press this down. I'm going to go and do 2 rows of stitching around the pocket flap. Now this is all top stitched, so I'm going to start assembling this pocket. I have this piece here, which is the facing. I went and pressed this to interface, and then I went and pressed up the bottom edge. I was going to serge that bottom edge, but serge is not working, so I pressed it up. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to sew it to the front right sides facing, just like this. I already snipped into the corners and I'm going to turn this to the inside. That's going to be a lot to stitch through, so I'm going to hammer it down a little bit and come back and see how flat we can get it. But look how bulky this is. If the camera will focus. It's pretty bulky. Next time I need to make my pocket opening a little more narrow, or I need to extend it just outside of the seams, not on top of the seams like this. Let's see if I was able to hammer this flat enough. Props to the heavy duty singer because it went through that pretty easily. Now I can go and take my pocket piece and put it back here. And I'm just going to stitch it on, making sure it is centered. My pocket piece is stitched on now, and I went and I stitched down along here too to secure this outer piece to the pocket. Remember when I stitched the inner fabric to the outer fabric? Well, I was not supposed to stitch them together for the front yokes or the back yokes, so I seam ripped those apart. I base stitched my pocket flap to the yoke, then I stitched these 2 together, making sure the pocket lined up with the pocket flap. Now that that's stitched together, I'm going to sew the inner fabric yoke to this side. I'm going to base stitch the 2 together along the edge and sew 2 rows of top stitching here. So today is day 3 of making my cow print jacket. I did go and sew in the welt pockets yesterday, which I think made the fronts look so much cuter. I cut 3 of these pocket bag pieces, 2 from my lining fabric and 1 from my cow prints. I went and sewed along this rectangle I drew in here, which is 5 inches by 3/4 of an inch. Then I cut down the center of this rectangle and into the corners, turned this to the inside, pressed it, and now I'm going to sew in my pocket welt, which I pressed to interface in, pressed in half, and finish my raw bottom edge. I sewed the other lining pocket bag and cow print one together, and I'm going to sew this to the one here, and I finished that raw edge with the bias tape. And to finish my welt pocket, I sewed around the side, the opening side of my welt pocket, and down the other side. And then I went and I sewed on the front facings. I sewed bias tape to the edge of the facing and then stitched it on right sides facing down the center and across the neckline only 1.5 inches and then up like this. I clipped into the corner and cut the excess fabric from that corner, and then I turned this right side out. I pressed it and stitched it in place along the bias tape edge. I went and I hammered on my favorite Dritz hammer-on snap buttons. See how easy these steps are? That's why I always use these buttons, but I went and added 1 of the snap buttons to either side of the pocket flaps. I sewed the bottom portion of the bag together. Then I sewed the yoke to the back, right sides facing, and then I went and sewed on my lining yoke. If it looks a little different, I decided to take in the shoulders a little bit on the back and the fronts. And then I went and I sewed the fronts to the back along the sides and along the shoulders. And I finished those seams with the bias tape for the shoulders and the fronts. I did the top stitching on the bias tape the same way I did for the other seams. And now let's see what we have so far. I don't know if it's a hit or miss for you guys, but for me, it's a hit so far. I think this fabric is perfect for this style of jackets, and I really just want to see it all come together now. So let's go and add the waistband. The more I work with this fabric, the more I love the little details and textures it has going on. I'm going to measure the bottom edge of it so that I can figure out how long my waistband needs to be. So that's 45.5 inches long. So I'm going to cut my waistband to be 46.5 inches long by 4.5 inches tall. I went and I pressed the interface into it, and now I'm going to press this in half. Now that I have this all pressed in half, I'm going to take one of the long edges and I'm going to fold it in 1/2 inch, and I'm going to press that into place down the entire length of this side. So there is how it's looking after I did that. And now I'm going to go sew this to the bottom half of the jacket. I'm going to sew it to the inside of the jacket, and I'm going to sew on the side that I did not press up 1/2 inch to the bottom edge like this. I'm going to fold this right side spacing and stitch down this side and do the same on the other side as well. I went and trimmed the excess from the corner, and I'm going to turn this right side out. I'm going to pin this into place, and then I'm going to just top stitch around the entirety of the waistband. Every piece I've added to this jacket so far has made me like it more. So let's hope I'm feeling the same way once I get the sleeves on. I'm going to go and add one sleeve, and then I'll come back and show you how it's looking. And hopefully I'll still be liking everything that we have going on so far. I really wanted to capture the same vibe as these cow print jackets, and I feel like that's what we're getting. We're getting there with this jacket so far. So let's go and add that other sleeve and balance this all out. I have my sleeve pattern that I already shortened since I'll be adding a sleeve cuff. I marked where I'm going to place my back seam, cut on that line, and then added back and seam allowance, as well as an extension that is 4.5 inches tall and 1/2 inch wide. And here is my sleeve cuff. I went and I did a zigzag stitch along this angle here, since that's going to be exposed once the sleeve is put together. And now I'm going to go and sew these two sleeve pieces together. I'm going to sew the two together, right sides facing up to this point here. Then I sewed on my bias tape and I folded it over the raw edge and pinned it down. Then I top stitched all of that in place. This is how we are looking after I went and did the 2 rows of top stitching. And here's how it looks in the back. And now we're going to take the excess fabric left here at the bottom, and we are going to double fold it and stitch it in place. I double folded both sides, and now I'm going to do 2 rows of top stitching on both sides. Then I sewed down each side, connecting these lines of stitching and across here. I finished the raw seam with bias tape, and now I'm going to add the sleeve cuff, and my cuff is 5 inches tall, and I went and pressed it in half the same way I did the waistband, and then I pressed in that seam allowance on one long edge, and I'm going to attach this the same exact way I attached the waistband. I trimmed the excess fabric from the corner, and now I'm going to turn this right side out, and I'm going to pin it in place and then top stitch. from the right side of the sleeve. So here's my cuff all top stitched. I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to hammer on a snap button. There's my snap button. And now I'm going to attach this to my jacket. I'm going to line up the armpit seam, and then I'm going to line up the back seam of the back of my jacket with the back seam of my sleeve. And now I'm just gonna go and stitch on my sleeve. I wouldn't base stitch down the bias tape before top stitching along the shoulders. That just made it easier. And now that my sleeves are on, it's time to add the collar, and then we can add the buttons, and then the cow print jacket will be finished. I cut 2 collar pieces and pressed interface into one of them, sewed them together right sides facing, and I pressed up the seam allowance on one side. I went and pressed this, then sewed the side that I didn't press the seam allowance up to the inside of the neckline. And now I'm going to fold this over the raw edge, and I stitched that in place and top stitched around the collar and down around the center front of the jacket. All I have to do now is add the snap buttons. So I'm going to take this outside and hammer all those on, and then I'm going to show you how it's looking.